as per usual, we have to check out if this box is better than your mother's. So the first thing we notice on this box is that we have a render of the toy in the front. We also have the other people in the tracksuit Mafia on the front as well. And then the Hawkeye logo, of course. Then we have that same picture from the front that's in the background on the side, showing the three people who are most prominent in the tracksuit Mafia. And I can't remember the dude's name from the show. He died, so don't really care. It's just another, whatchamacallit, another thug. We show the two alternate heads, some weapons, a golf club, some true, like Jersey gangster type stuff, crowbar, Molotov cocktail, cool. The alternate heads, and then another render of the toy on the side. And anything on the top? No. Not even the Hawkeye logo, that's weird. Nothing on the bottom. And this is one of the last few plastic-free packaging, and thank God they're dead because they were kind of lazy with this. As you can see, they kind of didn't do anything, just slapped a picture of the character and said, yep, that's it, and render, and we're gonna see a pose that it should be able to do and put it on there. So this is not better than your mother's, but it's fine. Like I said, it's the last remnants of the package-free packaging. So let's see. What's in the box? And what we get in the box is a character that has horrible ankle articulation, and I know it's not completely Hasbro's fault, but I mean, you guys could have designed his ankles a little bit better. He cannot do the prone pose that's on the box because the way that the ankle point moves, it makes it almost impossible to make it stand completely straight. I might have to apply some heat to it to get it to stand up, but we get the action figure. We get golf club, Molotov cocktail, aluminum bat, crowbar, alternate head 1, alternate head 2, and a machete that I cannot pick up for the life of me. No. And a machete. So this is one of the rare cases that Hasbro actually gives you a ton of accessories, even though I recognize some of these accessories, some of them are new, but it's actually nice to have a character with a bunch of actual accessories that they can use. Obviously, if you were to army build this, you would be able to have them with a multitude of weapons, even though some of them had duplicates. So not that bad. Mills definitely wouldn't have shot him. Good things in the box. But let's check out the design. Some of the design things that I see is that the tracksuit is very close to what they have on the show. In fact, it might be identical. That show is super poorly lit, so it's really hard to see exactly how the tracksuits look. They have the red down, and I'm assuming that it was a gray stripe. It looked more whitish to me, but an off-white is fine. Design-wise, things that I noticed that I did not like is the way this collar sits on his neck. If you see, you can see a clear separation, like he's wearing 3 jackets. He's wearing his tracksuit, then he looks like he's wearing another suit, then he's wearing his suit underneath it. I'm not sure if that was the goal, for him to look like he's wearing 3 suits. But because of the way that collar separation, it might just be my figure. I don't know. Makes it a little wonky. I do like the ski mask head. I'm wondering how much movement you're going to get on it because of the way it's shaped. If you look at the ski mask head, you see it has this lip on the bottom. And that lip is probably going to stop it. It's absolutely going to stop it from going down. But once again, that's something we'll get into when we look at can this thing move, but it looks pretty close to what we're looking for. Let's pop this head off. Well, you know what? let's get into if this thing can squat and do the Superman pose.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and...
So this guy doesn't want to stand. Already discussed that. But as you can see, can do a T-pose pretty well. Cannot look up very much. Limited by his tracksuit. We have diaphragm in his belly, which is also limited by his tracksuit, so he's not getting much range out of it. Waist swivel, cut in the thigh, double jointed knee, pinless, double jointed elbow with pins, and swivel in the upper arm. Not quite a bicep, but we're gonna call it a bicep cut. The question is, can he do the most basic poses? Probably, and I think that was the intent, is to not make him super dynamic. Let's see if we can get him in a sitting pose to see if those hips work the way they should in a person. Not quite. As you can see, the hips are a little bit not straight. They're a little crooked. So as you can see him sitting, you're gonna have to sit him on the edge or something, not quite getting him in the position you want. Another posing issue that's gonna make him really a pain to pose is that, as you can see, he has a full ankle rocker, which is cool. So you get your swivel left and right. But the problem is that the tracksuit is so low down is that you actually limit how far back the ankle can go. So he cannot actually have, like, he couldn't dive into the water because this is the furthest his ankle will go. That's not quite the pose you're looking for. It's going to make it very hard for him to do things such as a squat or a Superman pose. But let's see if we can get him to a squatting position, even though he can't stand in it. And he will not be able to get in a squat pose. The limitation in his ankle is one of the things that's the problem. The way they did his diaphragm, the cut in his diaphragm, is going to make it impossible. The way his arms are cut is that he's not going to be able to get his arms into a proper position, which means that if you want to do a superhero landing pose, he will definitely not be able to. And this is probably going to be the closest you're going to get for him, is him doing kind of a smooth criminal dance move. He's beating it. Do 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 do. Maybe that's what I should do with him. Just get a Michael Jackson head, put it on there. Yeah, this is I wanted this because I like the army building and I like the accessories, but this is definitely, yeah, let's go into the money. I got this from a Big Bag Toy Store and I got it for $27, which was the same price that it was when it was a Target exclusive. I wasn't able to get it for Target. When I pre-ordered it from Target, it got canceled twice. Hooray for Big Bag Toy Store getting it in, but it's definitely not worth the money. The articulation on it is super limited, and unless you were just in love with the Tracksuit Mafia crew from the Hawkeye show, there's no reason to get this toy, especially because the Kingpin toy that came with the Hydra Stomper 2.0, yeah, that was disappointing wave. So that Kingpin might complement this, but that Kingpin's also small, so you have to probably put his head on a different body and it kind of all works out. But just as a standalone figure, absolutely a skip. This is a waste of money for anyone who's not into, like, hey, I want the Kingpin to have his whole crew. Maybe if they have an Echo toy to complement it, you can maybe make some cool fight scenes with Hawkeye and Kate Bishop and these guys. Actually, let's see how he scales with Kate Bishop before I give my final verdict. And as you can see, even though I won't be able to get him to stand because of his horrible ankles, he is smaller than Hawkeye, just by a smidgen, and that makes him just a little bit taller than Kate Bishop. I don't know which body they used for this character, but it was a poor body choice. He should probably been a little bit bigger. I don't know if they planned this figure at the same time that they planned these other two, but he doesn't scale well with them. Yeah, I total pass unless you just want to have a fight scene between the Tracksuit Mafia and Kate Bishop. maybe some forced perspective to make them look a little bit more imposing and more dangerous. But other than that, that's it, guys. I'll catch you in the next video.